Alright, y'all, let's get straight into this tutorial. Y'all see I got my braids, I got my cap on. I'm going to go ahead and stretch her out and, place that on my head as it is. And then take my scissors and go ahead and start cutting around my ears for the bob cap so that when we do this, everything pretty much stays in place. It's literally like the security blanket for this. I'm just taking my Ebon Wonder lace spray and smoothing that slightly and smoothly around the front of my hairline. It doesn't matter if it gets a little bit on my edges. It's not going to snatch your edges as long as you don't rip off your cap, you feel me? If you're putting on your wig right, your cap should come off with your wig. So yeah, just spraying that in the front of my hairline in a pretty straight line, as y'all can see the line of demarcation. I got my blow dryer and I'm just blow drying that until it is completely dry. And then once it is, I'm taking my scissors and I'm going to cut off all of the cap that we no longer need. So I do like to pull it back sometimes, to make sure I'm getting as close to my hairline as possible and not just having extra cap on my head. Like, yeah, we don't need all that. I'm not trying to make my forehead extremely small. So as y'all can see with this wig, it is a 13x6 lace, so it's a lot of parting space. It's already put into a middle part, and then it has that extra band in the back as long with those straps. And yeah, that's what the hair is looking like, literally straight out of the package. So yeah, y'all know this wig came pre-bleached and pre-plucked. Okay, so yeah, all we did was add makeup to the inside of that lace. So I'm taking this little makeup brush and using my Ruby Kisses cream foundation in the shade RD15. Honestly, you need to get a darker shade. Like, I need to get that 16, no cap. But for the meantime, this is what we're using. And yeah, I'm just putting that where I know the wig is going to be and where you can see, inside of it if I was to part it deeply or whatever. So yeah, now I got this wig placed on my head. I'm taking my hot comb and I'm just smoothing out the front of these hairs so I can get a better look of this hairline, trying to see, like, is it really pre-plucked? And it definitely was. Definitely is giving pre-plucked. So yeah, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and clip this hair back and get started on melting this lace. I also wanted to cut off this front because it was just too long. Like, I couldn't see anything. So I'm going to cut around my ears too before I get to melting anything down or doing any of that prepping. Yeah, this is just going to make it easier for me to melt it, so I can know exactly where to lay it and then lay it as is. You feel me? I don't have to do no extra cutting after the fact of me applying the product for the melting. So yeah, boom, we got that all figured out. I'm gonna make this middle part more sharper and more like in the middle. So yeah, I'm just gonna take my comb and do that and hot comb that just a little bit to get that in place and to get this middle part looking crispy. We are going to go in later and make that even more prominent, but for now that's all we doing. I'm taking some isopra, I don't know, girl, that alcohol, the rubbing alcohol. Honestly, I should have been stopped using this. I need to switch over to, what's that shit called, sea breeze. But anyways, I'm using that to clean off my skin of the makeup that might have gotten on my forehead, any extra oils, before applying this glue. And honestly, y'all, I'm not even going to disclose. Here I go stuttering. Please mind me. Disclose where I got this glue from or what glue it is, because it's trash, okay? It was cool in this video, but it started to be extremely watery. Like, it turned into water. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, I'm just dotting that glue. I just dotted it all around my hairline, and I'm using this back of this razor, or the end of the razor, and using that to smooth out the glue. To give it a more realistic look, I always like to apply the glue to my hairline as well, instead of just my the front of, in front of the cap. Like, I'm putting it on the cap and on my skin. So yeah, we're just smoothing this out until it's completely dry. And don't use as much as glue as me though, y'all. Please don't. I got a little carried away and used a little bit too much, so it took a longer time for me to spread out this glue. So if you just take, a little bit, not too much, and you smooth it out, it shouldn't take this long. Also going to do about 3 to 5 layers of glue. I honestly don't remember, y'all. I'm doing this voiceover, look, 2 months after me filming it. So yeah, I think it was 5, or it was 4, or it was 3. But yeah, that's how much you're gonna need to get your wig to stay on for a good couple of days, maybe a week, depending on how you maintain it. Now I am going to just take my fingers and just make sure that everything is super tacky, as that was going to be my last layer. And since it was, I'm going to go ahead and pull this wig forward and place it where that glue is, directly where it is, okay? Yeah, right where it is. I'm gonna pull it forward some too, and yeah, just place it and starts to press it with my hands to make sure that it sticks down. And I'm also gonna blow dry it to make sure it is completely dry as well, just to help the melting process. And I'm doing this on a warm setting. So yeah, I just clipped the hair up so I can put on my band. Y'all see everything's looking really neat. Hairline looks really crisp, and we did not pluck this at all, so period. I'm taking my elastic band and I'm just gonna tie this really tight, okay, really fucking tight. And leave that on for a cool 15 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get this hair flat. Wherever the lace starts is where I'm going to part it and start hot combing it. So I'm going to hot comb it before adding product. I seen that as a tip on TikTok. You feel me? Like, if you want your wigs to be really flat, do the hot combing first to get it flat, and then go in with the product to seal it in. So I'm going to go with my hot comb first with these sections, and then go in with my wax stick and then hot comb. So yeah, I use the Care wax stick, by the way. Really, really good wax stick. Let me know if y'all know any wax sticks that are less expensive, because when this runs out, I don't know if I'm going to spend another 22 $23 on a wax stick, y'all. I don't know. What do y'all be using? Let me know. But yeah, y'all see how deep this parting space is? Like a side part or a style would go crazy with this wig. But I was just in a basic mood. I wanted to do a middle part bust down. This wig was super long, so that's just what I was in the mood for. The closer I get to the top, I'm going to do smaller sections just to make sure it's really flat and molded down. Also went to do extra work with this too, because my braids weren't the flattest this time. Honestly, like, it was a little bumpy, so shoot, I just had to go in with extra work to make sure it wasn't looking like that for real on, on top of the wig. Got this band off now. It's time to start cutting off this lace. So I'm gonna take my scissors and cut 2 sections. Go ahead and take my razor after that and get to cutting off this lace. So I'm getting as close to the hairline as I possibly can. This razor though was kind of like whack. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of, yeah, it wasn't super sharp. I don't know. I thought this was a fresh razor. I really I really thought I was using a fresh razor when I started doing this. But yeah, definitely I gotta keep a lot of razors on deck, because they start to get dull, or at least the ones I be getting from the hair store start to get dull. So I have to be really careful with cutting off this lace. And honestly, I like to do like a widow peak look in the front. Like, when I'm doing a middle part specifically too, well, honestly with a side part too, I don't want to cut too much off in the middle and it be too straight. So I'm gonna go back in and cut that more, as y'all see here, kind of in like an M shape. Y'all will see more closely later, but yeah, that's what I was going for, just so it can look more realistic, But on the sides though, I'm cutting it as close to the hairline as possible, and I am gonna go in with my scissors and trim it a little bit more for the places that I could not get. And y'all kind of see like it's in an M shape. Y'all seen that? If y'all didn't, go ahead, play that back. But yeah, so doing the same thing on this side, going in a downwards motion though, and yeah, cutting off this lace as close as I can get to the hairline, and a little bit of excess over here too that was touching my ear. I didn't like that. So yeah, definitely trying to get as much lace possible off. I am going to make this top of the wig and the back of it a little bit, flatter, because it's not as flat as it can be. And I do want to make sure that this part is even more crisp, you feel me? So yeah, we're gonna add some more of that wax stick to the top, flatten that out. The lace needed a little bit more glue in some areas, so I'm going to repeat the same process as what I did before, but I'm being really light-handed with this to make sure I'm not using too much glue, because then it's going to be way too hard to dry down, and yeah, it's just not going to look clear. It's not going to melt the way we want it to melt. So yeah, I'm just using a little bit of glue. Then I'm going to blow dry that and then also melt it down at the same time using the end of this comb to press everything down and melt it once more. And I'm gonna do that in a couple other areas as well. I'm going to end with my hot comb again to press the hairline back before I go in with my second melt. So really I'm just doing this, yeah, to push it back and to see the progress of the hairline, like how good it looks or whatever. Then I'm going to take that same brush from the beginning that I've been using, my Ruby Kisses Cream Foundation in the shade RD15, and slightly put that makeup onto this face. And y'all see that it's super melted. It's super melted. Like, I really didn't even have to go in with the second melt. But we're going to do it just, just to make sure, you feel me? But I'm using the Ebon Wonder Lace Spray that is like clear and, it's like a spritz type of situation. So I just use that on my finger, tap that around the lace, and reapply that band for another 15 minutes. And while that's melting, I am going to do a T-part for this wig. So, because it was a lot of lace, like, you feel me? It was a 13 by 6. So I wanted to do a T-part to make sure everything looked flat and seamless and not like it was just one big part going down the middle and that was just it. For my baby hairs, I was going for something real dramatic because this hair is big, it's curly, and it's long. So why not? You feel me? So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I'm pulling out a decent amount, an amount that makes sense for the way I want this hairline to look. And I am going to go in and pluck two because I was realizing, like, you feel me, it could use a little bit of touching up, a little bit of plucking. But yeah, I'm just trying to take an even amount on both sides. And I like to do like a pre-trial of like spooping the baby hairs just to kind of see how it would lay down before I decide if that's what I want to pull out and take out for the baby hairs. So highly recommend doing this with y'all's baby hairs when y'all do them. But yeah, I'm going in with my tweezers now to pluck a little bit of the hairline because it was a little, you feel me? I feel like if I had this wig pushed a little bit further back, then it would have been okay. But since it was little, it was kind of like really close to, I don't know, it was just pulled down kind of far. So it looks kind of Neanderthalish. And y'all know I hate that. I don't like that at all. So I'm going in pretty hefty with my tweezers and tweezing a good amount of these hairs out. And also out of these baby hairs as well. Just so everything can look more wispy and whimsical and all that. I'm taking my scissors here and going to go ahead and start shaving off these baby hairs, going in like an up and down motion to give it more of a jagged, realistic cut. And same with my sideburns as well. I like to do that in a diagonal shape. And with the baby hairs in the front, I do like to cut it right where my eyebrow starts. And I usually cut it a little bit more as I start to do them. So yeah, I'm curling my baby hairs with this small pencil flat iron. and I'm curling it under. I do like to curl it twice just to make sure I get an extra fluff. But yeah, I'm just doing it real slow and real time so I can get that nice bump and curl. And then I'm using the comb side of my baby hair brush to kind of comb them out because I was going for a fluffy look. And yeah, I'm just combing them out first before I go in with my Nairobi holding foam. That's what we're using today for my baby hairs. Y'all know I haven't used this in a minute, like a hot second. But like I said, since I was going for a fluffy look, I was like, why not bring this back into the routine and do that for the baby hairs today? And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I could have left the baby hairs at that. I don't know why I be wanting to do too much, y'all. I be getting too carried away, having fun. You feel me, doing the baby hairs, but they looked just fine like that. They looked just fine. But you know, I gotta do the most, make it look perfect. But yeah, definitely going to shave some hairs off those because I feel like that was just too long, but we'll get into that later. But I'm just going to repeat this process all the way around using that foam to, oh, I forgot, I'm also going to blow dry it down to make sure it's molded too. And I am going to take some more of these hairs out of my sideburns because I feel like it was just too much. Like, I'm like, this is too thick, a little bit too thick. But yeah, I'm just shaping, shaping, shaping. And I'm going to blow dry everything in between to make sure it stays put, especially because we're using foam. So I don't want it to lift up at all. Everything is looking really good. As y'all can see, the lace is super melted. The baby hairs look really pretty. Really pretty, really tea. Yeah, but I was like, you know what, it's missing something. Like, I've really been feeling doing the middle baby hairs. Like, this makes me feel like a cute little baby doll. So yep, I'm gonna go ahead and add that, shave that off, and curl them. And yeah, honestly, like, after looking back at it, I feel like it would have looked better if I did it in the opposite direction that I did it. But you know, fuck it, we already it's already said and done. So yeah, I'm just swooping it into the hairline and trying to be real light handed with this. But yeah, I'm just gonna shape this on up. And yeah, that's it for the baby hairs for now. Cause yeah, for now. So I did feel like the baby hairs were too long, like I had said earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and shave some off in the front, and they were a little too thick too. So I want this to look a little bit more realistic. I'm taking my tweezers and pulling out some of those hairs just a little bit, just to where it makes sense. And I'm gonna remelt that with the same Nairobi holding foam, but I'm also going to go in with some holding spritz too, just to give it like a different look, a different vibe, because I did want them to mold down for what I was about to do. So yeah, y'all can see I'm taking that now, and I'm gonna go in with my blow dry to make sure everything is pretty much sealed in. now for these curls, I'm gonna take this Aussie Miracle Curls detangling curl leave-in detangler curl stuff. I don't know, but it's just like a cream, and I'm going to put that all throughout this hair. I didn't add any water to the hair because I felt like it didn't need it. Like the hair wasn't super tangly, nor was it dry, so I just added that curling cream, and I'm going to brush that product through with this detangling brush and like a curl defining brush and scrunch it up, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. But y'all see, that's what it looks like compared to the side that has no product in it. Mind you, these are the curls straight out of the package, so you ain't even gotta do all the extra stuff getting all wet and stuff, you feel me, to get these curls popping. All you need is some curling cream like the one I'm using here, and yeah, put that throughout the hair, put it through the ends and scrunch it up, and boom, the curls was tea as fuck. Like they were so freaking pretty. Like y'all see how I'm brushing it out, like the curls just bounce right into shape like that. Yeah, loved this wig. I'm gonna go in with some more makeup where the lace is visible, and yeah, we're going to get into our final touches and wrap this install up. So I'm using my Care wax stick to make sure everything is flat once more, and then my hot comb here, and then my not Ruby Kisses, sorry, my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Warm Honey, and then I'm going to smooth that out with my finger to define the part even more. And then I'm going to use the flat side of my hot comb to make sure it's really flat. Then I'm going to take my Quick Fix wand just to clean up the part a little bit because it was looking a little naked, just a little bit. But yeah, that is the end of this tutorial, giving out a preview of what everything looks like. The baby hairs look really pretty, really soft. Like I really loved how they came out. Again, you guys, this is a deep wave 28-inch 180% density wig, natural brown color, 13 by 6 HD lace. This wig is $340, which is not bad at all for 28 inches. I mean, it's giving 30. Okay, like hello, like y'all see this, just beautiful, no water added. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been wearing this wig for a minute and it lasts. If you take care of it, this wig will last. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check the description box for all the information on this hair, and I will see you guys in my next video.